guys, so I'm back with my next Homesense Halloween haul. So as I explained in my previous Homesense haul, I went to Homesense, they had all their Halloween stuff out, I went crazy and I spent over £100. So since I bought quite a few things, I decided to just kind of split it up into 3 videos just so that they weren't too long. I now have for you my next installment of spooky things to show you. First off, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I bought another mug. I have so many of these mugs from Portobello by Design. I can't stop buying them. I literally said to myself when I saw that these mugs came out, I saw someone put up like loads of photos of them. I said, no more mugs. We do not need any more mugs. But as you would have seen from my first haul, I already bought another Halloween mug and then somehow bought another one of this style mug. So last year was the first year which I kind of saw this Portobello Design kind of mugs coming into the shops. So I went a little bit crazy last year and bought loads and loads of designs, including this really cute dancing skeleton one, and I really like them, but they are super big. They're kind of almost like soup bowl sort of size. They are super big, and although I do occasionally use them, I have to admit they are just a tad too big for my everyday use, and also they take up a lot of space in the cupboard. So this year when I saw that there was more like designs by this designer, I was like, you do not need any more of this type of mug. You have so many of this type of mug. But then they brought out a cat design and like I needed it really badly. So I'm gonna see if I can try and limit myself this year to only buying one of this type of mug, just because I know like within myself that I'm probably not gonna use it that much, but I just thought the design was so cute, and I figured at some point in my life I may find like a use for this. It could be like a key bowl or something, I'm not sure, but when I just saw this design I just thought it was so spooky and I just couldn't turn it down. So around the top of this mug there's all these kind of orange and black spots, but the main features on here are all these black cats with green and some orange eyes. So the first one is this black cat with a skeleton kind of design on it with its gorgeous green eyes, and then we have a little mummified cat, and then this one is like a witchy cat and it almost has like a Wednesday Addams like style collar on it. Then we have another witchy cat which is more of like a tabby cat with a witch's hat, a black cat with a witch's hat. It seems like they kind of copped out a little bit on these three. They were like, oh, let's do different Halloween outfits. Nah, let's just do witch's hats. But then the last one makes up for all of it because it is a ghost cat. Now, it does have the stickers still on it. As I said, these are like brand new. But hopefully I'll be able to peel these off and reveal the cute little ghosty cat which lives underneath the sticker. As you can see from their sticker, these are made in the UK and they are also fine bone china. Explains why they feel like such a nice quality. On the inside it does just say Happy Halloween, and then round the outside it has little paw prints with tiny little bat wings. Now, as I said, I don't use these mugs that much. I just love the design, and whoever the artist is who comes up with these gorgeous like little paintings, I just think they are so sweet. The only thing I would say is you can buy these on the TK Maxx website, and you can also buy them in the TK Maxx stores. It's not just like a Homesense thing. The only thing is, if you do buy them online, I would be very wary, because these are a fine bone china. They literally will smash if you drop it, or if they bang against anything they'll just crumble into pieces, which is such a shame. I would definitely recommend not buying these online. From previous experience, TK Maxx don't wrap their things that well, and I would kind of be very concerned that these would break in the post just because it is a very delicate china. So these mugs do cost $4.99 each, so they are slightly pricey I think for a mug, but due to the amazing kind of designs on them and also the size, I definitely think it's worthy of that price. But I am going to try and stick to my guns this year and not try and buy any more of these Portobello mugs, just because I have so many already. So next up, since it is the year of the ghost, I did buy the first ghosty thing which I did see. They did also have like another like massive ghost, and its mouth is like, this is like the happy version, like imagine its mouth the other way. So I decided I'd buy the happy one. I also found this towards the end of my shopping trip, so I was kind of keeping like money in mind. But yeah, I thought he was super cute, and he came with a little tea light as well, so it meant I didn't need to buy one. So again, this is like a resin ghost, and it is kind of a sheet style ghost, which is my favorite style. This cost $3.99, and it was one of the first things to come out. It sort of came out along this sort of range of these like cats, and there were some pumpkin ones as well. It sort of came out as like almost like a set. Like, I feel like it would look great if you had a pumpkin one, a ghost, and then a cat, maybe sat in a line on the top of your like fireplace or something. I think that would look super cute. So as I said, this cost $3.99, but it does also come with a candle, which not many of their other kind of candle holders do come with. So this bit is just kind of attached by a string. Again, I just left it all on here so you could see exactly how it came. So this is the candle holder itself. As you can see, it is just kind of a plain white on the outside, and it does sort of come down to this almost sheet looking bottom, and then its mouth is open and the whole inside of its mouth is yellow. I assume that is so that when it is dark and you have a light, it kind of looks very bright, and the yellow almost sort of looks like the flame flickering. It's not kind of like the neatest in there, it's not like very smooth or anything, but I genuinely think that that's to do with like the material that they use, and plus you don't really see the inside that much. I have seen people try and paint the insides of these. It's definitely easy enough to do, just because you do have this really big kind of hole to get your paintbrush in. So I think it would look pretty cool if you painted the inside red or maybe black. But as for my one, I'm pretty happy with the yellow innards. So I will now put the little lamp in so you can get an idea of what it looks like with a tea light in there. So this is the tea light which came with it. It's quite a large electric tea light. The fact that they've given you an electric tea light does make me think that perhaps this is not suitable for a regular like flame one. So at the bottom it has a little tab to pull out, so I'm just gonna pull that out, and there you have your flickering little candle. It is a very yellowy tone, so I think it's going to go well on the inside, and it does have an on-off button at the bottom, so you can turn it off when you're not using it. So I'm going to put it inside my little ghosty. There isn't like a groove or anything for it to fit in, so it does sort of like move around, but I think I'll kind of put him relatively central, and I definitely feel like this kind of is why they've painted the inside yellow, because as you can see, it really lights up in there. It does make the lamp look really strong, but in fact I think a lot of the yellow you're seeing is actually just yellow of the paint rather than the flame itself. But I really love the effect that it gives. I think that works really nicely, and now that it's got the flame in, I actually like it a whole lot more. I think this little electric tea light almost looks like a tongue, which does give it quite a nice effect. So I'm really pleased with this guy. I definitely think he was worth the $3.99 which I paid for him, especially since it did come with the little electric candle, whereas for example this one caters for a candle but doesn't come with a candle. So I am very pleased with this little spook. The only thing I would say is I would be relatively cautious of putting a real flickering candle fire in there in case it does melt or set the whole thing on fire or something. But I guess since they give you a battery operated one, you don't really have that much of an excuse to need to put a real tea light in there. So next up I'm going to show you this dish. I didn't actually specifically pick this dish out myself. I was planning to go to Homesense today, but my boyfriend... What was that stuck in my hair? Lovely. A price tag. Yeah, I was planning to go to Homesense today, but my boyfriend offered to drive me yesterday, and while we were there he picked this out. Now, he's not the biggest fan of Halloween, which is relatively surprising due to the fact that I live Halloween 365 days a year, but after 5 years I think I'm slowly getting to him, because he decided he wanted to buy this. Now, I know it's not the spookiest of Halloween things, but it was from the Halloween section, so that definitely counts. So this is a glass tray, and I definitely feel like this would be great for maybe putting fruit on, or possibly having it in like the middle of like a dining table or something. It does feel like nice and sturdy, but at the same time I know if I dropped this or if it hit like a pointed surface or something, it would literally just smash into pieces. But it is really gorgeous. I have got a few things in this design already, and I leave them under the bed ready for when we move out, so I think this will just be joining the like ready to move out collection of things. I do think this is really pretty. It's probably not something I would have picked up myself, but it's definitely growing on me the more I look at it. So this is by a company called primer or primer, and it cost $5.99, so it's quite a big size, as you can see, and I'd say $5.99 is a pretty kind of average price for something of this size and of this quality. Now, I do think, again, you can buy some of these online, but I would strongly advise not to be ordering these to be shipped over to you, because this would definitely need to be wrapped in probably like a whole roll of bubble wrap in order to survive a bumpy postal journey. So on this one, there are a few different designs, but this one has like a crow or a raven wearing a little crown. There is a skull, which is sideways, and I think it's got like some sort of flowery thing going on at the bottom. There's then this bell jar, and I absolutely love bell jars, and in it has this kind of rib cage with the spinal cord, and there's lots of different flowers and things growing through it. It then has these gorgeous designs on the sides, which are super pretty, and it kind of gives it an almost like Edgar Allan Poe kind of feel to it. It's definitely more kind of gothic, I think, rather than kind of Halloweeny, but I still think it looks really cute, and it would definitely fit in with the rest of our decor. I think I'm going to show you two more things. So first off, I've got a lovely pair of tea towels. I know, I don't need any more tea towels. I actually got this for my doll's house. So when I was making the little duvet set for my doll's house with the little bat duvet, I came to look through all my fabric, and I was thinking I am running a little bit low. Like, there's not really that much here anymore. I did used to have loads, but I use it all the time for crafting, and I figured it's probably about time that I start stocking up again. When I saw this, I thought it was a really kind of cute like casual print. I thought that this would definitely like work within quite a few different things, not just my doll's house, but I could make like a scrunchie out of it, I could make a pillow out of it. It's just a very simple repetitive design, and designs like this are just very versatile. So again, there are two tea towels as usual. This one is made by a company called Moonlight Manor, and again they are 100% cotton, and these cost $3.99, so they were £1 cheaper than these Dancing Skeletons ones, which I showed you in a previous haul. But these are, again, a set of two, but they are both exactly the same design. So as you can see, you do get quite a lot of fabric because it is a tea towel, and it is just covered in this exact same spooky print. So it's kind of polka dot in the background, and then there are these little black cats and pumpkins all over it, and the cats are like calling out by the looks of it. I just think it's a really cute, simple design. As you can see, it is all repeated. I definitely thought that this would make like a good cushion cover, but I also feel it may also look nice in my Halloween haunted doll's house as like another like bedspread, maybe for the bed in the roof, just because it is like a smaller print, and I just think it's super pretty. In terms of if you were using it as a tea towel, it is plain white on this side. These ones do also have a little hanging thing on them as well, so you can hang them on a hook, so that is super handy. I just thought these are really gorgeous. They feel really soft, and of course I could use them as a tea towel, but there are also lots of crafting opportunities in here as well. And the Midnight Crafter just messaged me to tell me that she got the cat that I really want. This is the main thing that I want this Halloween. This is the main cat, and I cannot get it anywhere. Trying to filter out the jealousy right now. Okay, so finally, the last thing I'm going to show you in this haul is I got this cute little felt cat. Again, it's one of those things that when I look back on it, I'm like, why did I spend $4.99 on this? It cost me $4.99. I think it was a case of like, black cat, need it, blah, 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 and I put it in my basket and didn't really think about it, but this cost $4.99. I definitely don't think this would be worth $4.99, and I probably wouldn't recommend buying it for $4.99 unless you are like super into it. But I'm hoping I can like hang this on my Halloween tree. So he is this kind of needle felted guy. As you guys know, I do know how to needle felt, and I do appreciate the time that it takes to needle felt, but I feel like this may be like an almost like artificially created needle felt, because it does feel like there is some form of like a polystyrene inside. But he is basically like a flat bottomed cat, but saying that, due to the angle of his hat and the weight, he does not stand up. He just falls over all the time, so you would need to put like a bit of like glue or maybe like some blue tack to hold him up, or as I said, maybe just hang him from something. He has this little wire tail coming off the side, which is all twirly whirly, as you can see. He has this little orange ribbon which is glued to him, so you can't really take it off. He does have a very kind of large and rounded face with his cute little sticky up ears, There's one kind of hiding under the hat. He has like little green facial details, and then his little eyes, which do have little beads stuck to them. The thing with needle felt is it does kind of look a little bit messy. Like, as you can see, there is a little bit of yellow which has kind of gone over there. If that does annoy you, like, to me it just sort of just is how needle felt looks. But if that kind of messiness does annoy you, you could very easily take a Sharpie and just colour in those little strands and make them black. But I kind of like it. I love that kind of like messy felty look which needle felt does create. And then he's wearing this orange and black hat which goes all the way up to the top and then curls around. There is a wire in this hat, so you can kind of move it around a little bit. As I said, I'm planning to hook mine on my Christmas tree, so I have this little cat kind of sticking out. So that is everything in this part of my Homesense Halloween haul. So as an update, I did decide to alter the eyes of this cat that I showed you in the last video. I filled in the crosses with a Sharpie to begin with, but then decided to go in with an acrylic paint. I then darkened the green with various different tones of green acrylic paint as well, and added a little white to make it look a bit shiny. And then I used a polymer clay glaze, which you can just use on anything, just add a little bit of shine to the pupils, and I put a tiny bit on the nose as well. So do let me know if you have been Halloween shopping, if there's anything which is on your specific want list. Definitely the black cat, which the Midnight Crafter just got, is absolutely #1 on my need list. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!